I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 13, Volume 7. We're getting close to the end. So, I've got a few tapes for us, but first I've got to start with a couple of sort of things that happened. So, I've got a couple of tapes, but let's move them out of the way quickly, true Blue Peter style, and I must show you this. Now this, he says, moving that out of the way to a more strategic position, is a game that I've been looking for a while. This is one of the double play things. I think there's only 12 of them, to be honest with you. They're text adventures, and they're very much text adventures. There's no graphics at all whatsoever. So the story goes that I was discussing this on What's on the Tape a number of episodes ago. In fact, way before Christmas, I was discussing this on the tape, about this tape. And it had appeared on eBay, but it was in the United States of America. So I was like, oh, I'm not going to pay the postage for it. It was sort of $20 just to get it across the country, just to get it here. And it's only it was a $6 game. It's a $5's worth, if that, as in this country. So I was like, I don't want to pay for that. Well, Ben Steele got in touch. Lovely Ben Steele, who's contributed to the channel before, got in touch, and he sent me a lovely letter as well with it. So I'll just show you the letter as well. It's a lovely letter. It says, I hope this finds you well, and that you and the family had a good Christmas and New Year. Need to catch up on the seasons of What's on the Tape. Like Game of Thrones, I found myself binge watching it, and the lack of nudity and Howie gouging is disappointing. We will sort that shortly. But so Ben had a friend who was in the States who bought the game, came to the UK in January now, obviously, came to the UK, and then Ben put it in the post. How amazing he is Ben. That's just brilliant. Thank you, Ben, so much for that. And just for you, Ben, here we go. It's Game of Thrones, of course. I'm not sure we're going to get the amount of nudity that we require, though. That'll do, because we don't want to get hit for, what's it called, one of those strike things there. But I can definitely do the death, or the eye gouging. Here we go. I've got the sound effect for that. There's no blood in my hands, though, unfortunately. I've not killed anybody. Could be nudity, though. We may have established nudity with that. I don't know with that, but so we got death and violence in there. So I think we've covered all the things here. So there is a bit of nudity now, sort of. There you go. We had a bit of eye gouging there, but it's just off camera. So it's a terrible mess in here right now. But and we had obviously the music for Game of Thrones. So we're all covered there. But Ben, thank you very much. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you. This is more nostalgia than anything for me as well. This is a game I had as a kid that I really wanted to collect again. I bought it sort of at a local market and it was £1, and I remember doing that. And so that's more nostalgia for me. Thank you so much for that. Anyway, back to the actual show itself. So, here's the tapes I picked for today. Now, that looks like a C60, and it is a C60, but it only has on it pinball load code. So I'm not hoping, but I would hope there's more on here. We might start with this one, actually, because of the fact that it says pinball load code, but it looks just so fresh. It looks like somebody recorded one thing on it, and that was it. So we'll give the Philips one a go first, I think, followed by this one. Now, I've seen the Castle before, but I've never played it. It's not a game I've played before, so we're going to give the Castle a go, which is a bug bite game. It's actually on a Bazaar. It's a Scotch tape, C60, but it's actually a C15 from W.H. Smith, so good old mighty W.H. Smith tape, and it's probably broken, so it's real What's on the Tape stuff here, so I have no idea. So we've got the Castle, and we've got Espionage Island, which I don't think I've ever played. I think it was a Sinclair game, wasn't it? I think it was a game that came with Sinclair as well. So, as it's Season 7, we are getting close to, he says, shuffling this out of the way, and getting something else. We're getting close to that choice time. So it was the choice between one of these two for the end of the season. So this is a 1-episode job, and that's a 2-episode job. So it was up to you guys. I think at the moment, I think blue is leading, because I'm calling it blue and red. I think blue and red, and blue is leading the charge at the moment for the games to actually play. But these are our two options for the end of the season. So please leave in the comments below your feelings on which one you would like. And without further ado, we'll get that one into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so let's give it the old basic and load dit and load speech marks. We'll give that a load. There we go, load dit. Except it's not load dit. Well, I've already gone wrong. It's load code because we went with the pinball one, which I've not. I don't remember the only game I ever think of when I think of pinball is that Sagittarius pinball that I've got, which is quite a quick 16K one. I quite like it. It's very basic, but it plays quite well. So it's one that I've played before in the past. But anyway, we got our load code, and we'll give it a try and see whether or not it's something more exciting than that. So, but yet again, I'm going to say it again. Thanks very much, Ben, for that fantastic sort of getting me that game. Realistically, the one that I had, I like it because I remember the hexagonal museum it's a theft. You're a thief and you have to break into it, and it's all text based. It's white text on black background, and it's Sagittarian software. I didn't think it was low code. Anyway, but it was sort of a very sort of. You were breaking in. You had to avoid the guards who moved around. Obviously, when you made turns, that's how those kind of games work. And obviously the shape of the museum is it's hexagonal. So there is multiple exits. You know, it's sort of not just north, south, east, west. Look at this. It's load code. Something weird at the minute. Save code. There's something weird at the bottom of there. Look at that. Do I have to type randomize user whatever it is to start it? I wonder if this is one of these specially... I mean, I know it's a special tape anyway, but specially copied tapes? Very weird. Anyway, sorry, where was I? So, yeah, hexagonal museum. So instead of north, south, east, and west, when you're looking for places, it's obviously north, northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, northwest, and then back to north. So it's like all the way around. So you've basically got exits all the way around once you're in the museum, which it's kind of interesting. I don't know how that works with rooms. What's this code at the bottom of the screen? Can I enter to play? Yeah, I've played. Right, what's the buttons for the? That's to fire it. That's left and right. Okay. So yeah, Sagittarius Pinball is one of my faves actually. I did find after years of not having it, I managed to get it, and I remember the first time I played it. It came on a tape with the key, which is a copying program, and one of the first things that obviously we copied with it was Sagittarius Pinball. So Sagittarian Pinball was the first one that I ever played that was basically using that copy device, and then of course I think there was Manic Miner on it as well to be naughty, if that makes sense. So I'm it's just one of those games. It's just a simple pinball game, but I quite enjoyed the experience of it. We as back in the day with friends, we would play this quite often. You see, there's a high and low that changes the scores to high and low. So if you hit the low, it obviously goes down to low. That's properly stuck in there, isn't it? Do you think it'll ever come out? Or do you think I've actually managed to break it here? Oh, it did come out in the end. High and low, some little other bumpers. Now they've gone to low again because I've not unlocked the high. There's bonuses for going through. Yep, that's right. The bonus score goes up. There'll be a bonus if I go through the other gap on the front there. It's good. It's good fun. There's a bonus. Way. I'm going through the middle of there. I've got my bonus score. I just like it. I think it plays quite well as a pinball game. It's not one of the worst. I don't think the physics are anything to write home about. But however, saying that, they're not bad for a 16K game. Again, another 16K game that's showing that 16Ks was more than enough to do quite a lot in it. I mean, some of the graphics are very basic here. Look at some of the blocks. Some of them are just blocks that came out of the standard configuration for the whole thing. But there are a few sort of up and down sort of arrows and circular bits and numbers and things like that. It's not bad at all. I think another bonus there. You've got a bonus for Sagittarium, you see. There's a few bonuses on here. It's good, isn't it? I like it anyway. I think it's a good one. But as I say, it came on a tape with the key. That was the big thing. It was the key that was there. I think I got the bonus as I go out there. Drop out the long way. I don't know what you get if you light all the letters at the top, by the way. I've never managed it. Got close on a couple of occasions, but never quite managed to light all the letters. Top score. I say, we used to quite like playing this back in the day. I have a little friend with me today. He's come to join me because Mum is decided to remove some of the tiles in the kitchen because she wants to tidy it all up. So she's removed the tiles and some of the tiles in the kitchen, and now we're sort of smoothing it off and painting it until we get somebody in to do it. Basically, just so it doesn't look like all the tiles have come off the wall and ratty holes. At least there'll be ratty holes that are in the same colour. So she's going to paint it all white. So including the ceiling because that needs done as well. So Mum's doing that. Mum's very DIY. That as she's always been quite DIY, more DIY than me. I can do it, but I think I'm a bit too lazy for the process, I'm afraid. So, my little friend is quite happy today. Oh, good points there. I love it when it does that. I think my next favourite, and I've never done that before, I managed to get it back into the slot that you fire it out of, or where the plunger is. I think my next favourite pinball game, because I think this is my number one because it was one of the first that I played. I think as well, it was one of the first I played. It was also the first one I managed to get a sort of steal a copy of, if that's the right words, or obtain a special version of it. Special stuff. I think that was it. But I think the next one for me is the Amiga version of Pinball Dreams. I don't know if it came out on anything else, but Pinball Dreams was a fantastic. The music was good. I think there was 4 tables on it because there was like a Nightmare one and a number of other things. Pinball Dreams was the one. I remember it looking great and feeling great. It was a really good version of a game to play. So yeah, I think Pinball Dreams is probably my next sort of favourite pinball game. I've never been a pinball player, if that makes sense. I've never played the sort of real versions of them. I've been to shows in the future where they've got them on, and pinballs and things like that. See, this might be a full tape after all. VU file, yeah, it actually might be a full tape this, so we'll see what happens. Is that it? It's gone quiet now on the tape. Gone very quiet. You can maybe hear him in the background. He's very happy. He's happy because he can hear his mum, who's now vacuum cleaning up what she's knocked off the wall, if that makes sense. So she's vacuum cleaning that, and he can hear his mum doing that. So he's a very happy boy. He's got a little handheld thing, a Vtec thing, that we got him for Christmas called a Twist. And I have to admit, I should really do a review on it, because as a little device for kids, sort of 4 to 8 maybe, it's actually not bad because it has lots and lots of dials and buttons on it. So you've got a little wheel that you can turn around, and it's got a sort of Android-y sort of Switch type feel, but without being that kind of thing. Really robust little square box. You can download extra games and put them on there for not a huge amount of money. They're like £10 for a batch of whole new games that you can go onto it. But it's got obviously playing music, it's got dials that you can spin, buttons that you can press, switches you can click on and off, and it's all in a very small unit with a little screen in the middle of it. So it is quite an interesting little device, and we got him one of those for Christmas, and he quite likes it, but he keeps handing it back to me, which is quite funny, really. It's sort of like, Dad, I've had enough. I've had enough playing of games. I don't want to play anymore right now. So he can temper himself, whereas me, I'll keep trying to play 20 games in the same day, The things you do as a thing is, as a gamer, I've never been more spoilt for choice. I don't think we all have. I'm going to change this tape, by the way. We're going to go for the next one, so we'll see which side we're on of the other tape. But we've never been more spoilt for choice. We've had so many games. We've got so many ways to get it. I mean, literally every 7 days you can get a free game if you've got a PC from Epic. I mean, seriously, every 7 days you can get a free game. You can't really. So I'm just going to restart that, just because it's died loading that. I didn't load it. You can get another one every 7 days, and the mixture of indie and AAA titles, and that's the way they are. I don't download the ones where I can see it's where it's going to require additional payments if it's just a full game in its own right. I mean, Christmas I got Shamu 3. I picked up all of the Tomb Raiders. There was every one of the new Tomb Raider games were available before Christmas from Epic. I mean, seriously, you can't really beat that as a set of freebies. But I'll admit something now. Never played for never bought a game from Epic. Never, not a single one. So I have a list of about 40 or 50 games that I've got from it, and never played for a single one because they're all part of the sort of freeze that they've given us. Now this, what's it called? Espionage Island. I've not played this. I'm going to try it on the other tape drive now. We'll give that a try because that's not working. But basically, I've not played for one. I also do good old games, GOG if you use that, or GOG as sometimes we call it. That one's good. Got a lot of free stuff on there as well. But they're old games, you know. They're good old games, as it says. And then you've got obviously Steam itself. And again, I try my best, funnily enough, to buy from GOG because they're digital rights management free or DRM free. So I kind of have a bit of a thing for not doing their games, if that makes sense. Now, do I have this? I'm looking to see whether I've got Espionage Island because I'm sure it's a Sinclair game. Hang on a minute. I'm just looking up above me. I'm just looking. I can see the tape. I don't know if I've ever loaded it. Let's try it. Let's get this. Got to just getting it. Sorry, just reaching up there to get it. Right, Espionage Island. Oh wow, that's a proper James Bond-esque look on the front cover of it. It's got a picture of a sort of very. I'm gonna go with Sean Connery style man. Hiding in sort of some rocks by a beachfront while two combat helicopters or a combat helicopter flies overhead while he's sort of wearing I mean, because he's a sort of an espionage agent and all that kind of stuff, he's obviously wearing sort of deserty colours, but it's still a shirt and tie effectively. Well, it's not a shirt, it isn't a tie, but it's certainly a shirt. I'm going to rewind this because I've got it here, but this doesn't look good because I don't think I've ever played this one, so I'm going to rewind it anyway. Right, let's rewound. Let's push the button, see if it works. Adventure D, it says on the front of it as well. So he's got he's hiding in these rocks underneath the cliff front. It's by Arctic Computing. Oh, so Arctic did this one for Sinclair. This is a Sinclair, definitely a Sinclair one because it's that Sinclair Spectrum. Oh, that's not a good start. Let's try that again. It's probably because I had the other bit on the screen that's previously where it started to try and load something and it hasn't worked, so it R-taped. Fingers crossed. Advent 2. So, yeah, is it load code? Ah, why is that? Is that part 2 of it or something similar? Oh no, it's low code. It is definitely a low code. Wow, okay, that's not what I was expecting. So that's probably why I didn't load anyway, even if I could get it to work. Just rewind that again, press the brake key. Load, brake, load, code. Yeah, sorry, Adventure D, Espionage Island. See if I can get my, I'll get my magnifying glass out so I can read it because I'm getting old and kind of blind as a bat. We've got a bit of James Bond action going on here. The computer acts as your puppet, and you control your senses. You instruct the computer with short phrases, a verb and a noun. If the computer does not understand, you need to try and rephrase it. So what we try to do? What's the name of it? Adventure. In adventure games are in which you explore strange new worlds without leaving the comfort of your sofa, almost, or home it is actually, it says here. What's it say? In Adventure D, you have been sent to I can't say it, my brain's gone thing. Recon. It's basically recon my brain. And observe the enemy island. Somewhere hidden on the island is a secret. Your mission is to observe the island. Unfortunately, one of your engines was hit by enemy fire and you've been forced to abandon your plane. The adventure begins in the aeroplane and you must lead to the heart of the enemy carrier, but beware, your side may be fooled by your disguise. Alright, okay. So go quit the game, record the game, Good luck. Arctic Software, 1982. You've survived engine failure whilst flying an apparently uninhabited island in South Atlantic to learn to treat the natives with respect, avoid capture, and harass the enemy within the island. Made in the UK. So that's it. Adventure Espionage Island. Interesting. So it's interesting I actually got a copy of this. Right. Welcome to Espionage Island. You've been sent on a mission to there we go, there's the word. I can't bloody say it. I don't know why. My mouth just can't get the words around it. I can see it, I can hear it in my head, but for some reason I can't say it today. Anyway, so we've been sent on a mission. We've got to find a secret within there. We may be fooled by your disguise. Dedicated to Liz, Kath, and Tone. I assume Tone's the dog. Tone the dog. It's a good name for a dog, I suppose. I don't know. No, I'm sure whether it's a good name for a dog. Okay, so press any key to start. Do you want to restore a game? No. Okay. I'm in the aircraft. There are no obvious exits I can see. A parachute, a door lever, and a parachute with cord. So, obviously, I'm hoping this is not as hard as it seems to be. I'm just rewinding the other tape, by the way. I should put it in the drive and rewind it. Right, so I want to delete, get. I need the parachute. I'm going to wear parachute. Okay, that's cool. Pull lever. I'm in mid-air. What to do? Pull cord. I'm in a dark bundle. What to do? Open eyes. Look. I don't know what happened there because I pulled the parachute. Remove parachute. Hey, oh, do you know something? So far, pretty simple. I have nothing with me at all. He's absolutely naked. There's your nudity right there, Ben. Ben, right there. The man is nude. Apart from probably his very stylish Wolf of PPK. Was it Wolf of PPK you see? Was that what it was? It wasn't a very high-powered one. That was always the thing about James Bond. He didn't need the biggest gun in the world. He was just such an accurate shot. He'd shoot you in the brain, and that was you dead, probably. But anyway, I have got the biggest mug of coffee today. Biggest mug. I was like, I'm in the mood for coffee. I need coffee, so I'm going to drink the coffee. Hang on. Oh, my God. The coffee is so good. I bloody love coffee. Right. The exits are south and west. What do we want to do? Where should we go? South, I think. Let's go south. You are in the jungle thicket. You can also see a match. Get match. Let's go south again. You're in a giant forest. The exits are north, east, and west. Right, I'm going to go north back to where we started from. And I'm going to go west. You're in burnt bushes. I'm in burnt bushes. I'm going to go west again. I'm in an aircraft wreckage. There's a dark corner here. Get branch. Light. Branch. Light. Match. The whole wreckage has exploded. You've been blown up. Do you wish to try? Would you wish to try and answer again? Yes. All right, we're back to where we were. No. Right, so it's a usual kind of selection of bits and pieces as we go along. Yeah, it was actually, to be fair, apart from the fact that it's just is it a basic game? No, it won't be because it's a load code, wasn't it? Apart from the sort of. This is very much like you were getting with Hexagonal Museum. It was very much just a sort of a selection of bits and pieces. Why did I think that lighting the match and the wreckage of an airplane would be a good idea? It was utterly ridiculous, wasn't it? What a stupid thing to do. Anyway, let's go on. Let's see what's on the other side of this tape as we've now started on the other side. I'm quite looking forward to this one, actually. I really am. Here we go. Push the button. It's not happy. Get in there. When the tape, sort of the reels of the tape sometimes don't fit properly. There we go, better. No, it's not. It doesn't like it. Why don't you like this tape? Doesn't want to wind it forward. Oh, doesn't sound good at all. Did you hear that? Oh. Try again. It does not like winding this tape forward. There we go, better. It's having a little... Oh my god, horrible. Let's try it again, the other tape drive, just for the fun of it. See if the other tape drive can handle it better than that one. Because that one just doesn't seem to like it. Let's try the other tape drive. Let's try that. Game of Thrones, though. Game of Thrones. We did Game of Thrones at the beginning. There we go. And I murdered a man. For your viewing pleasure. How was that? You know? I mean, not many other channels can offer murder, can they? Well, that's not a happy tape, is it? That's not a happy tape at all. We might have to resort to the old PlayZX app and see whether we can find it. So it's called The Castle. The Castle. This doesn't look good. No, that's no happy tape, is it? Do you know what? I think the fact that it's been smashed to pieces, the case, let alone anything, kind of tells you the state of the tape that's in there. That's definitely a dead one. That's going in the bin forever, I think. So you know, and when I dropped it on the floor there, the dog was in the way, and the dog just jumped because it didn't see it coming. So right, okay, let's get the castle. Castle from Bug Bites. Castle? Is it Castle? Should we just say Castle? Oh, we'll get Castle Master, Castle Quest. I don't see a Bug Bites Castle. I do not see a thing. What a disaster these tapes have turned out to be. There's been blooming nothing on most of these. They're absolutely rubbish, to be honest, this week. Let's see what we can. Let's see what else we can find. Because we can't leave it there. That's too short an episode. We just started our Game of Thrones thing with the whole thing. A castle, the castle. Let's try the castle again. No results for the castle. I don't think I've ever heard of the castle from Bug Bites. Anybody else heard of the game of the castle from Bug Bites? And it's not what I remember, to be honest with you. Not at all. Right, okay. Let's. I mean, I've been left high and dry here by my tapes. Let's see what I've got. Let's lean behind me and see if I've got anything else. Quickly, I'm going to search behind me. Quickly, I'm staying here. You stay there. I'm coming back. What have I picked up? There we go. What have we got here? Quick amongst the tapes. What have we got? This is a bit of a fiddle. What have we got that? Lords. I got one called Lords. I found another tape called Lords. Let's have a Lords. It's a Mighty's Boots tape this time round called Lords. So fingers crossed. The Mighty Boots. It's a very clean tape actually, which is always a good sign when you got one like that. It could be cricket because of course you've got Lords, haven't you? Cricket. So could be cricket. Oh no, I know what it is. I've just read the side of it. I hadn't realised it was written on the top of it. It's one that we probably won't be able to get to work properly, but we'll give it a try anyway. See if it'll load. You know the other Lords, the big one, the Beyond version of it, which you need the thing that goes to the overlap on the keyboard. Lords of Midnight. which, by the way, was released and is free on GOG. If you're interested in Lords of Midnight and things like that, it went onto the PC, of course, and there's a free sort of there's a version of it for the PC. So it does exist still. In fact, it's still sort of very playable. Obviously, not beyond the too loud. There we go. Midnight. Put it in the other tape drive. Works better. Too loud when we started. Let's rewind that. I'm having tape deck problems all over the place today. It's not for the want of trying. Let's do that. Go for it. I haven't actually got this one. This is a game that I keep meaning to buy. I'll tell you what has got my attention at the moment. There's two things that got my attention. One is I saw it this morning on Sinclair for Sale on Facebook. Oh. And you know, I'm like, I almost want to do it. There was somebody selling a lost sort of game. You're on these sort of missing in action games. Somebody was selling the Wrath of Kong for, not the Wrath of Khan, the Wrath of Kong for 40 quid, and I was like, oh, I'm so tempted by that. It's obviously a rare game that I don't think there's even a copy of it you can play online, which is even worse. So it's properly a missing game. So I saw that and I was very tempted to do the 40 quid on it, and I was like, but the thing is, I don't know. It was 40 quid, and to be fair, I've had an expensive month with car repairs as well, so I really didn't think I could justify it, and the fact is I don't know, all it would do is I would test it, and hopefully I would make a copy of it and give it back to the community as a waveform so somebody can do something with it, but I mean, realistically, when you get a missing in action, I mean, all it's going to do is sit on your shelf and look absolutely gorgeous for the next however many years, realistically, because it's rare as rare can be. I mean, that's it. Nobody else has seen one, so that's a lovely. I do love the loading screen on this. It's really good. It's Game of Thrones, look, sort of. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, what's going on now? Are we loading? Are we not loading? This is not going well. That's stopped working again. We're not doing well here with this Beyond Software one today. Really not. I don't know why not. Why aren't we doing well? Come on, little computer. One more go. One more try. Loaded it. I'll give it another try. So yeah, that one kind of turned up, and the other one that I'm looking for, because it's by the same guy who did Antattack, and it's one of the other ones. Solid Soft, I think you used to call the technology he used to create the three-dimensional look in Antattack. I hadn't realised there was another game called Zombie, and I kind of Antattack, Zombie. He A's and Z's. He loved that, didn't he? Obviously, but Zombie kind of struck me as a game I would like. I've seen a couple of copies on eBay. They're about £20 a piece. Not the world's most expensive game, but they are definitely a game that I'm going to see if it's still there next month. After the old paycheck comes through and all that kind of stuff, and we'll see. Just because, as I say, I took my car in for the basics. Should have been like 40 quid's worth of work. I got tackled by the servicing department after they'd done those little bits, because they do an inspection of the car at the same time. Discovered that one of the coils on the rear offside was broken, so it was going to be expensive to replace the coils. And that's just something just. You just don't need it, do you? You just don't need that cost. So this is not one to load. It does not want to worky today. I'm having a bad time with it. I wonder what's anything on the other side. Let's try the other side, just for the sheer hell of it at this point. Considering everything else has failed to work, and then we've had a bad time. I don't even know what Castle is, or Castle from Bug Bites. What is Castle from Bug Bites, peoples? What is it? Just riding the other side and see if we can find out what it is. I've not heard of Castle. Right, okay. Lords of Midnight is the next thing that I'm looking for that on what's on PlayZX. It's bound to be there. Lords of Midnight. Yes, there it is. There's an editor? Did you know there was an editor for it? I did not know there was an editor for it. Right, that's set there, just in case, while we're rewinding that. Just rewinding the other side of the tape quickly, see if there's anything there. This is where it's Lords of Midnight on the other side as well. I wouldn't mind so much, but it actually looks in really good shape as a tape. It's really clean, tidy. The cover is shiny and sort of it looks like it's never been used much. But obviously it's anything to do with this. It's sort of age at the end of the day, isn't it? It's always age that gets us with the Spectrum stuff. Unfortunately, it's always. I mean, there is a limited lifespan to it. It's the same with records as well. The records wear out. I think they do, don't they? If you keep using them, they finally do wear away. Oh, there's something there. I'll just put it in the other tape drive. They finally do wear away, don't they? I think so. I mean, my thought there is, what do people do with those? What do we do with that kind of sort of? Do you just replace the record, or just that's just data? That's just data. That's weird. One of them episodes today, really, isn't it? It's turned into one of them. It's turned into one of those awkward episodes where nothing works. And although I can grab something from beside me because there's plenty of stuff beside me, I was trying very hard to actually get some of these to work. I've got some players' games beside me. I've got the original I've got Shanghai Warriors actually. Oh, peoples. We had Shanghai. Was it Shanghai Karate the other week? And we had it on the tape from my friend Daryl. We've got Shanghai Warriors here. That's not a game I've played before. I'm very tempted to do Shanghai Warriors. Let's do Shanghai Warriors. I wonder if it's a 128k game. I'll need to get my magnifying glass out for a moment, because we've seen Lords of Midnight before. I do apologise if you were looking forward to me randomly pushing keys on the keyboard, because you need a layout that goes on it. I don't have the key cables. Eagle's Nest in the inside. I think that's the Amiga version of it. Does look like the Amiga version of it on the inside. Let's see what the loading instructions for this is. If you're using press the loader. Oh, so it's got 128k version of it. Shanghai Warriors. Hopefully this will go beautifully, and we will have no issues whatsoever loading this. Let's do the reset and do the loader. Fingers crossed. Loader it is. Shanghai Warriors, here we come. So, mercenaries led by evil Snide Gantry have stolen US submarine and threatened to devastate the world's capitals with awesome arsenal of nuclear destruction. I love the fact that we got nuclear destruction. It was all nuclear destruction when we were kids. That sounds like levels for it. Oh my god, this is one of them episodes. We have those episodes. You remember there was an episode not too many moons back, a long episode. It was a long episode, which was what... There was a couple, actually, that were funny. We had the one with Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, I think it was, or Atlantis. And that was 45 minutes of me loading the same blooming tape all the way through. And in the end, it failed, and I had to use the ZX Spectrum Omni that I've got, which is basically the new version of a ZX Spectrum, to kind of load it from an SD card so that we could actually play it and see it. You can load through the ports on the back of those, though. They're quite good, actually, to be honest. Yeah, we had one of those. As a long sort of episode, and then there was another episode where I think it was 45 minutes before I managed to get the first blooming tape to load. I mean, at least this time round we've managed to get one of them to load, but we haven't had much more success than that. We've had Lords of Chaos, Lords of Midnight that didn't load, and a few others. So what are controls? We're Karate Warrior, we're moving them across. Your message is to get to the government's concerned about the forces. Take only course of action left is to send them to latest graduates from the Dragon Temple Karate Academy. It's what the heck is going on with this tape? There's like a little load bit there. It says ZX Spectrum on it. It's like a faulty... I've got one of these. Another one of these faulty ones. Where it's halfway loaded through the whole thing. Oh my god! What are the odds of that? Me taking it off the shelf. Right, I'm going to see if I can find it on my PlayZX because now I want to play it because that I wonder if they were all faulty. That's definitely a faulty one. That's definitely a Spectrum game, but it just doesn't Shang. Can I spell it properly? Can I spell Shanghai? Warriors. Shanghai Warriors. Wow. The loader on it is blooming massive. Huge loader. I don't think I've ever seen one so big for a... well, it's not the worst Mecha game I've ever seen, but this is pretty massive. Let's get this tape in here and let's get this going because that's massive. Let's press the play button on that. This looks like it's massive. That's weird though. So I think I've got another faulty tape here, which is quite interesting. It's called Shanghai 2, which is Shanghai Warriors, because obviously it's the same writer as the first one, I think. Graphics look... The graphics look like the Commodore version of it, not the Spectrum. When I've got my magnifying glass out, it looks like the Commodore version of it. Yeah, this could be interesting. So, last time round I ended up playing it 40 minutes. Do you remember that? I think they're trying to go with here. I think they're trying to... So if the first one was trying to be... Way of the Exploding Fist, I think this is trying to be Target Renegade. And as Target Renegade is probably the greatest... the greatest... Oh, wow. Nice loading screen, though. The greatest ZX Spectrum... two-player beat-em-up. And I think it's going to be hard to so certainly rolling along beat-em-up, that is. I don't think this is going to be hard to beat. I mean, I can't think of any... if you can think of a better two-player beat-em-up for the Spectrum, you let me know, and it's not Double Dragon, I can tell you that. Double Dragon's alright. I think we always wanted to like Double Dragon more than we should because it was one of those early games. I do like that leaping through the air. It does look a solid looking Shanghai Warrior there on the screen. But anyway, I think we always wanted to like Double Dragon, but Double Dragon is dated and it's dated badly. And we always thought Double Dragon was good and we thought it was great and all this kind of stuff and there's punching and kicking and all that. But actually, Target Renegade was better. I know, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with that thought there, but that Target Renegade was actually better. There's nostalgia for Double Dragon, but Target Renegade is better. It still holds up today. You can still play the Target Renegade now and have a good time. The movement and control and the fighting is good and solid, but unlike Double Dragon, which is a little bit lost in its own thing. I actually played Double Dragon 2 all the way through recently with a friend on the Evercade Versus. And it was bad. By the end, we just died a lot and we just threw credits into it and worked our way through it. And then we got to the final fight. And the final fight is you fight a ghost of yourself. So it appears from your body and then there's a point where it sort of whips back into your body and does you damage. But there's no way to stop it. So the moment you're facing the other way, it just appears behind you. So it disappears, appears behind you, freezes you where you are, hits you. And it took ages to beat them. And we probably, if you were talking credits and they were 10p a piece, we'd probably put 10 each into the machine to get the thing to work. That would have been a lot of money back in the day. So that sort of £40 worth of input just to get the blooming thing to work. So I have to admit that there's some serious issues with that that particular game, unfortunately. No, not one of my favourites. I've never played Shanghai Warriors before. I was looking the other day. Is it Pixel Generation? Next Generation? No, not Pixel Generation. Something Generation, can't remember. He sometimes follows my channel and obviously watches some of my videos. And he was talking about going through his backlog. He's a YouTuber as well. Can't remember his name. Sorry, I apologise. I know you comment on my channel, but I can't remember. And he was talking about backlog and going through the backlog of his games. And the thing is about it is my backlog. The only thing I'm quite proud of is if I buy a bunch of new games today, if I bought a bunch of retro games, sort of PlayStation 2s or Mega Drive or whatever it is, for my collections, I would actually put them in and play them. However, by playing them, we're talking like 30 seconds to a couple of minutes max, and that's the thing. At least I've put them on and tried them to that extent, but I haven't gone beyond that unless they've grabbed my attention. So I'm proud that I could do that. However, when it comes to Spectrum stuff, of course, the loading time is a factor. So I don't really have the time for it. So the Spectrum stuff is where I've got my backlog. All the other stuff has been played. I'm quite proud of the fact that I've actually played it. So even if it is for a very short length of time, it has been in the whatever it is, the PlayStation and whatever else, just to do the whole thing. Has that crashed? Oh, we are having the worst time ever. We are having the worst time ever. It's still loading on the tape thing. This is ridiculous. Come on. Right. Go again. Let's do the 48K. I just want something to load. Please load. It's ridiculous. Oh, stop. Play that one. Shanghai Warriors. This is the other version of it. Shanghai 2. There seems to be several versions of this thing. There's like a 128K incomplete version. I will happily take the 48K version if it blooming loads. I'll take any of them if they load. It'll be lovely to see them load. I'm getting to get. Do you know what? We've done that. We've got the Lords of Midnight, which we haven't loaded either. It didn't work. And we got this one as well, which is playing naughty. It's been an episode. I can only tell you that it's been an episode. We have certainly had an episode of tragically not loading games. No, don't even start with that. Stop now again. Stop. Right, let's try the 128K on this version of it. Good God. What is wrong with you? We're trying it again. We'll try the 128K version. It obviously doesn't like loading off anything other than the tape. Tragic. Right, if this all doesn't work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop. I'm going to get the, and I've not done it for a while. I'm going to get the Omni out, and we'll get the Omni out, and we'll put them on the Omni, because the Omni will definitely work, because the Omni is it's got SD drive, an SD card in it, which should allow it to load them instantaneously. So yeah, we'll get the Omni out if this fails again. It's rare for me to do that. It's been a while since I've done that, but we're going to do it. So, get something done. And oh yes, right. I'm going to get the Omni out. So you just stay there. I'll get the Omni out, and we'll go from there. All right. See you in a second. Bye bye. Okay, I am back, and with the Omni. You can tell it's the Omni though, because there's something about the colour. The white is really white when it's brilliant white. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm going to push the button to load up the SD drive. So we'll do that. So we'll go down there, and we'll whiz right to the bottom, and we'll choose from what's on the tape. 13.7. It's been a while actually since I've used it. It's been way back in 9. Look, 9.5 was the last time I used it. Anyway, 13.7. Now I've got a few things on here. Now I've got some bad news. Let's start by doing. These are Shanghai Warrior. These are the tape for Shanghai Warrior. This one's this is the 48K version. And this is the 128K version. I'm going to try it, but watch what happens. This is the Shanghai Warrior, the first one. We're stuck. We're not going anywhere. It's not loading. I'm pushing every key on the Specky's keyboard, break everything, not a thing, right? So we got nothing from that one. And this is the other Shanghai Warrior one I've got, which is the number 2. And unfortunately, we have the same problem. Screen goes blank, and nothing ever appears, which is really disappointing. So I'm gonna have to I have to find Shanghai Warriors from players. That's bizarre, isn't it? I actually think it's a very, very common game, but now I'm in the position of having to find it anyway. But as a bonus, and I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to assume it loads. We've got Bug Bites the Castle. I said about that before, that there was a Bug Bites the Castle. So fingers crossed. It works. Yay! Hit a key. You're at the far end of a room, and all wizard appears. He looks less than happy. Welcome, adventurer. He hisses. Let me tell you the rules of the castle of my castle. For the nerve of entering my domain, I condemn you to remain here forever unless you can gather 6 treasures I have hidden and put them all in a certain room. I won't tell you which room, but it would make it far too easy. If you succeed, I shall let you go and free with the greatest prize of all, your life. So I'm here going. I'm going to. Oh God, my brain. I'm going to go and give you. I'm not going to give you any help in your quest, but my pet demon might. The wizard leaves through a doorway, which slowly fades away, leaving no chase. Press a key. You're in the throne room. You can see a large oak chest, a hammer, a large throne. What do you want? What is that I can hear? I'm going to assume it's the demon. Actually, I want to get all. Not too many spaces. We just want one space. Get all. Can I get it all? Large oak chest. Hammer's been taken. That's fine. Can't take the throne. Why did I get all? I was just trying to take it all. Right. Open chest. Let's do that. Smash chest. Chest. Let's smash the chest. Nothing like a bit of violence. A diagram of the castle. Take diagram. See, I knew smashing things was going to be a good thing. I mean, if he's going to lock us in the castle and whatever else is, let's go for it. Get diagram. Now, what's that supposed to mean? Too many spaces. Can't get a space. Can't get my button. Get diagram. Right. So we read the diagram and see what it says. It's basically a map, isn't it? It's got to be a map of the whole thing. You can only make out a platform on the north of the castle. Ah, right. So you can make out a north. Right. Okay, large throne. Sit on throne. I know most of you would have sat on the throne already, but I'm going to sit on the throne. Sit on throne. Throne has an electric chair in disguise. Those 2 million volts. Search through body. You are dead. Would I like to go try again? Yes, I would. The Castle by Chris Cannon in 1983. Nearly 40 years old. I'm going to get all again. I say get all. Get hammer. Hammer. Keyboards. The old membrane style keyboards. Hilarious, really. Smash chest. I was going to sit on the throne and do a poo, actually. I was going to poo on his throne. That'll teach him. Diagram. Can't spell. Or can't push the buttons hard enough. Good old membrane keyboards. They're the business, aren't they? Those are the ones we loved, those back in the day. Right, okay. Now let's examine the throne. See if we can steal anything out of it. Throne. Examine throne. See, nothing interesting. That's fine. Right, okay, north. I'm in the throne room. Gone north. I'm in the morgue. I see a high tower. Let's go north. Did say there was a platform on there. A smallish room. A chasm. A buzzards hovering. Let's not go and do anything with the buzzards hovering. Let's leave the buzzards to their devices. A rope. A statue of Medusa. Right. Get rope. Now, Medusa, when you looked into her eyes, directly into her eyes, she would turn you to stone. So I'm going to assume that if you take the Medusa statue, we're going to turn to stone. We'll try. I assume I'm going to turn to stone here. Too heavy for a lift. Statue of Medusa. I don't really want to examine it, to be honest with you, but I'm going to, because there must be something to this. What's that supposed to mean? Examine. Examine Medusa. This is probably going to be a mistake because I'm going to get changed into I'm going to get blinded by a turn into stone. There you go, turn into stone. So you can't examine Medusa, which is what I expected. Anyway, but that's the castle. Actually, not too bad, that one. I looked up the cover for it as well. It's quite nice. I got 60. Out of the possible 60, you have 0. So I've got 0 points. Right, okay, so, and the last one, just because it's there, let's push the buttons on it, and let's make him walk around. Lords of Midnight! At least this one works as well. But, of course, the specific keys on the keyboard, which I don't know what they are, so you push buttons and you kind of walk around, look. There's some dragons. Yeah, there's buttons to press. Yeah, as I say, I'm not sure what to do with this one, because you do need a keyboard layout for it. It's a game I've always wanted to get into, and as I say, it's available on GOG, but it's not a game that I've had a chance to kind of try since I've got it in GOG, but it's there. But anyway, at least we got to see a few games in the end, even if Shanghai Warriors didn't want to play. I really want to play that now, so I'm going to try to find an original copy of it, because it just seems to be something about the loading from SD that it doesn't like. Something, anyway, it doesn't like. I mean, I'm using a production line grey for most of this stuff, so that should work nicely, but that's the nature of the beast. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next week. Bye-bye now.